All right, let's get the layout of the Chennai market with Ganesh Vasudevan, CEO of IndiaProperty.com. Thanks very much, Ganesh, for joining us today. So let's start with Sri Perumbudur, realty market that cater to people who had the jobs within that area or its confines. Now, if you take away the jobs, the real estate market starts looking shaky, isn't it? Is that a worrying sign for developers who are launching projects there?
Yeah, the Sri Perumbudur residential market was spawned as a result of the manufacturing activity that started in late 1990s and early 2000, when several multinational manufacturing factories were set up on the Chennai-Bangalore highway. That obviously resulted in a lot of captive residential accommodation demand for both blue-collar and white-collar workers. Which gave a big fillip to this particular market. It was extremely attractive from a pricing perspective. While the work required a significant commute to the factory, building townships and integrated residential complexes in and around the factories was a great idea. And several developers launched projects keeping this premise and assuming a certain projected growth in the manufacturing activity in that corridor. Keeping that in mind, a lot of projects were launched. But clearly the expected growth in economic activity in this particular area hasn't truly been in line to projections, which has resulted in a significant oversupply in this market.
Okay, so manufacturing, well, it's a story across the country that manufacturing hasn't taken off, investments have been really low. But let's move on to a market which is not manufacturing dependent, which is OMR. Absorption here has also fallen beyond 2010. The market is slowing down, but it really hasn't affected project launches along the corridor. So what are the dynamics really at work here?
Yeah, see, unlike the manufacturing corridor, the source of employment in the IT industry is far more spread across the spectrum of different sizes of IT firms. In a typical manufacturing scenario, you have the core manufacturer, like let's take automobiles and the ancillary units are at best generators of employment, as opposed to IT, where right from once the large IT companies set up their offices in the Siruseri IT Park and also in Tidal Park. In between, there were several commercial real estate options that were available, which were far more attractive in rental rates compared to the central business district in Chennai, which prompted a migration of several small and medium-sized software companies to the IT corridor, which kept the demand going for this area.
Okay, so let's move beyond Chennai now. Interesting phase one of your southern markets, Hyderabad, is at. Bangalore's also now moving towards Sarjapur Road. Chennai is looking beyond OMR at micro markets like Purur. So overall, what do you think is the big South story?
The South has, in general, has been a relatively insulated market from price volatility because of the largely end-user oriented nature of the market. In terms of the investor element is limited, and to that extent, speculation in the property market is less, which has kind of controlled prices. So to that extent, it is a relatively safe haven for the property buyer. But now, and in all these markets, particularly the three southern metros, it's infrastructure-led development that is kind of driving growth today, which is a healthy sign.
Just one last question. Let's look beyond the tier 1 cities. Tier 2 development has been a bit slow. There was a lot of potential that one, or at least expected, from Coimbatore, Vizag, Kochi, etc. It attracted some major players, but has it really taken off to their expectations?
Yeah, again, it's a function of the size of the market and how attractive, what kind of employment generation is happening, because residential consumption is directly correlated to the employment generation in that particular area. So in Cochin is clearly it's inching closer, it's knocking on the doors of becoming a full-fledged metro. And after Cochin, if it's Mysore, it's because of Infosys first setting up its development center there, and it was a great alternative to Bangalore and quite close by. So typically such shifts is what makes a tier 2 market attractive. As far as Coimbatore goes, Coimbatore has been a great manufacturing hub in the south. It's got a very well-developed industrial network. Industrial areas are, in diverse range of industries. Manufacturing is a key activity here, which is very robust, and therefore demand in Coimbatore is likely to continue.
Ganesh Vasudevan, thank you very much for joining us today and sharing all your insights into the South India markets, Chennai, Bangalore. So you've got a bit of an overlay of all the markets in South, the key tier 2 cities as well.